All right, how's it going, guys? It's Noah and David back with yet another beer review. Today we are doing the Lone Star Light. This has been brewed in Texas, Lone Star State, since 1884. It's their 140th anniversary this year, 2024. We've had this a couple times, so we kind of already know what we're getting
Yeah, yeah,
into.
yeah. We'll keep it 100% transparent. This is what's considered a cheap beer.
Yeah.
You're not going to pay high quality prices for a high quality drink. However, just because it's a cheap beer doesn't mean it has to be a bad beer, which is what I think a lot of people confuse when it comes to talking about a cheap beer. And this is genuinely just a staple here with between us. If we're looking for something quick to grab, something cheap, easy on the wallet, we're more than likely gonna grab a Lone Star if it's just gonna be us hanging around with our buddies playing some poker or something. So yeah, we're gonna hop right into it. We're gonna give you guys our first initial thoughts, and yeah, here we go. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
God, right off rip, it's so crisp.
Yeah, it does not ever get old. It's refreshing,
It's
man.
very refreshing. You could, if I was a blue collar worker and you handed me this instead of a water bottle, I'd be, I, I'd sigh. It's super good. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna finish these up, and we'll come right back with our final thoughts on this. All right, guys. So we're back. We just finished our Lone Star Lights. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. This is genuinely one of my favorite beers of all time. It's a staple here between us two. It's a staple between our friend groups. It's just so readily available. And there's a big knock on people saying things about cheap beer and how it's just not worth it to even drink it and whatnot. Those people are liars. I can get a pretty good tasting beer in terms of quality and taste for a super reasonable price that I'm willing to pay 90% of the time if I'm gonna drink a beer. And I can't say no to a Lone Star. I adore it. I'm giving it genuinely a 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, we honestly, these cost like 67 cents a can
We
for
did the
how we
math. We
buy
did the
them. Yeah,
math.
we had to check it out. Um, but no, we've always got Lone Star or Lone Star Light on deck, ready to go whenever we're
Always,
having
yeah.
people over, or we're just like, hey, let's watch a game, let's drink tonight. This
Yeah.
is always in the fridge. It's real solid. I'm gonna do 2.5 on this one because I mean I have had the original Lone Star, which we will be reviewing
We will be.
at some point, and that is higher than this.
Yeah.
But you see that this is a great pickup. The one caveat I will say is because it's a cheap beer, you kind of have to drink it cold.
Yeah. And that's the thing about cheap beer in general. It does have to some extent go down kind of quick.
Yeah, if you're
And
letting it sit out a while, it's gonna taste worse.
yeah, which actually the first time I ever tried a Lone Star, and we were at a tailgate about 2 years ago now, and I tried it and I was like, "Oh, this is disgusting! It's warm, it's gross." And then I tried it again when it was cold, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you know what? This is not too bad." And ever since then, I've been a fan of this specific beer because it was this beer that I tried, and yeah, cheap beer. You can't really go wrong with a good cheap beer.
No,
Yeah.
you can't. Thank y'all for watching. We'll get back to y'all in our next review.
Thank you guys.